I hope.
Could you stop, please?
No.
Could you stop?
No.
Thank you.
I'm getting all super well.
You're a nigger. You're a bitch. Oh, Jesus. I did not get paid enough for this.
Exactly. And you're a nigger. And
Thank
you're
you.
a bitch.
Thank
You're a
you.
nigger and you're a bitch. You're a nigger and you're a bitch.
Yeah.
I got the phone video.
Me too.
I got the phone video.
You're a nigger and you're a bitch. Could you try to get me to get her to like get chairs and things?
No.
I'm drunk.
You're drunk. You're a nigger and you're a bitch.
A University of Kentucky student was arrested for attacking a black student worker and repeatedly calling her racial slurs. The student, 22-year-old Sophia Rising, was arrested in a campus residence hall just before 4 a.m. on charges of public intoxication, assault, disorderly conduct, and assault on a police officer. According to an online booking information, her bond was set at $10,000. Rosen, who is white, stumbled into the university's board hall appearing highly intoxicated. The student worker, Kyla Spring, explained in a TikTok video that she tried to check on the woman, but was instead attacked and pelted with disgusting vitriol. This is according to the New York Post. The black lady who was being attacked said, "Oh, Jesus is Lord. I did not get paid enough for this." Another woman said, "I got this all on video." Spring and Rosen punched her multiple times, kicked her in the stomach, and beat her arm while ordering her to do her chores. I guess this is when Spring and another student, the lady who was being attacked, tried to put Rosen in her seat, but she swung at them. They tried to restrain her. She kept swinging at them. She tried to pushing a shopping cart at them. There's a longer video, which I think I'll post in the description here. Wow. An officer placed Rosen's hand behind her back and handcuffed her. And she repeated the N-word, even in front of the officer. The officer said, "Hey, guess what? You're going to jail." And Sophia Rising refused to provide her name. She even kicked and beat the police officer, which led them to add on another charge of assault on an officer. The University of Kentucky condemned the assault. This statement here is kind of what I'm going to focus on also. The problem here is that this happens way too much on college campuses for things to not be done. This is what Spring said. I guess the lady was being attacked. Spring said, she said, more needs to be done to ensure that students don't face racist attacks on campus moving forward. The problem here is that this happens way too much in college campuses for things not to be done. And we get these emails and everything about how the university doesn't tolerate it, but it's still happening. I feel like at this point, the attention needs to be shifted from the offenders to the offended. And the student was being attacked, had something to say on her TikTok.
Time because my videos on TikTok keep getting taken down. Okay, so last night I was at work and I'm a desk clerk here at the University of Kentucky, and there was a girl, she came in drunk, and when she came in drunk, she was looking at the elevator, and she was like stumbling, and she started talking to the elevator. She was like, "I'm gonna effing end you." Basically, like, "I'm gonna end you, like, off you." Yeah. And so basically what happened was I stuck my head out the window. I was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on?" And that's when the N-word, the B-word, those racial slurs and things started coming out. So I was like, okay, let me call the RA. So I called the RA down, but the RA took a minute. And so in between the time of the RA getting down, the girl has called me the N-word and the V-word multiple times. She's punched me twice at this point. She's bitten on my arm a few times, as well as kicked me in my stomach. And then she tried to run me and my friend over with a shopping cart. My friend also was experiencing these things. I'm choosing to keep her name private until she decides that she wants to say something about it, because I feel like her experience is her experience and I cannot speak for her. So we finally get the RA to come down, and the girl starts saying things like, do my chores, it's not my fault that you're black, it's not my fault that you're ugly. And then she just keeps, like, at this point, she's like singing the N-word. And there are multiple people trying to get this girl to be quiet. She bit a couple of other people who were trying to basically calm her down. And so, long story short, the police finally came. She would not give them their name. So if you guys see anything about her being registered in the system as Jane Doe, that was because she was refusing to give a name. She didn't have her phone. She didn't have an ID or anything. But then she was continuously just saying the words, saying it out loud. She ended up actually kicking a police officer, biting a police officer. They finally took her away. But I just find the situation very unfortunate.
I mean, the sad part about this whole situation is that this young black lady who was being assaulted, punched, called nigger multiple times, the N-word, spit it on, being hit with a shopping cart, her and her friend, they are victims here. It's no question. And the university always states that they're a place that they want it to be an inclusive environment where people feel free. Well, this thing's just like the young lady said, happens a lot on campus. And I'm sure it happens a lot around campuses nationwide, and nothing really gets done. If this wasn't captured on video and shared and went viral, nothing would have been done. Had this young lady just complained to the officials and said, hey, we had this white student who called me the N-word, called me nigger, punched me, they would have probably swept it under the rug. That's why a lot of these white students feel like the racist ones feel like they can just do it and get away with it and nothing would happen. And I'm sure a lot of people are saying, well, this girl was intoxicated and she was drunk. Alcohol doesn't change who you are. Alcohol just brings out who you are. So using alcohol as an excuse for this disgusting, vile behavior by this lady, it's not so cool. Another thing is that you would think that this racism doesn't get passed on from generation to generation. It still gets passed on from generation to generation. This is a young lady, and if the old saying goes, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Most likely, she was raised in an environment where black people were called the N-word. Black people were called all kinds of derogatory terms. She grew up in an environment where she most likely saw her parents or her family use disparaging words against black people, maybe at dinner table, Thanksgiving table, and family functions. This is what this kids hear. They soak it in. The hate comes in, and that is what comes out of them. They grew up seeing hate, and they spew this hate. You know, a tree can only grow leaves from the branches of the tree. Leaves and stems, branches do not come from another tree. They come from the same tree. So this girl here is just a branch of the tree, which will be her parents or her family tree. So it is sad that this young lady who was abused had to go through this. And even when the officer came, she still attacked the officer. This is not so cool. And just look at the George Floyd situation. If the knee on George Floyd's neck was not captured on camera, those officers will have most likely gotten off. And so many officers, bad officers, get off doing bad things a lot. So this lady, if it wasn't recorded, she knew that she had white privilege in America and she was going to exert that privilege. But she probably was not thinking too much that she was being recorded and it could go viral. Think about the Central Park Karen. The Central Park Karen did a video recording herself saying, I'm going to call the police, tell them a black man is assaulting me. And you just know that she felt like nothing would happen. Same thing with this girl here. This young white lady, she kept saying, you just a nigger, you just a nigger. And she said it so comfortable, like you could see the hate in her come out. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you made it this far in this video, I appreciate you. Share comments, let me know your thoughts. Like this video if you like it, and if you don't like it, thumbs down. You don't have to like everything I say, and if you don't like it, just let me know. Let me know what you feel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Stay safe out there, my lovely people. Spread love, not hate. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.